Hello children, welcome to social science class. Today we are going to see the new chapter that is about unit 2. In that we are going to learn about interior of the earth. What do you mean by interior of the earth? So we doesn't know what is inside the earth. So just we are going to learn what is inside the earth is known by interior of the earth. So here comes the earth, our homeland, is a dynamic planet. It is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. So have you ever wondered what lies in the interior of the earth? What is the earth made up of? So we all know that the earth is the homeland and it is a dynamic planet. What do you mean by dynamic planet? There may be changes in the planet. So here just we'll come to know what are the interior of the earth. So as we see in the picture, you can see the different layers of the earth. So you can see the crust, the mantle, the core mantle, outer core and the inner core. So just we'll go step by step to know about these layers. So have you all seen the onions? So when your mother cut the onion, what can you see inside the pot? So you can see so many layers. So same like that in the earth also we can see so many layers over there. So here just like an onion, the earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. So the uppermost layer over the earth's surface is called the crust. So here in the picture you can see the uppermost layer. So this is the uppermost layer and it is named as crust. And it is the thinnest of all the layers. It is about 35 km on the continental masses and only 5 km on the ocean floors. So what do you mean by continental masses? Continental masses means a place where we live in. So where we are living in the continental masses. So here you can see it is about 35 km. We are in the continental masses and 5 km is on the ocean floors. So this meant by we learnt about the crust. The main mineral constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina. So these two materials are there in the continental mass. So it is thus called Cl, that means C, silica, and Al, alumina. So what it is called as Cl. So the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. So it is therefore called Sigma. So C, silica and magnesium. So just beneath the crust is the mantle which extends up to a depth of 2900 km below the crust. So where we have seen in the picture you can see the crust over there. So this is the part. You can see that 35 km is the continental mass where we live in and the 5 km is about it's the ocean floor, isn't it? So after that from here to here that is about 2900 km is the part that is known as mantle. So do you know this is the widest part of the earth and we all know that crust is the part where we live in, isn't it? So then we saw that that the continental mass are silica and alumina and it is called as Cl. And we saw in the ocean floors Sigma, that is of silica and magnesium. So here we learnt about the mantle that is about 2900 km and it is below the crust. Now let us learn about the next one. The innermost layer is the core with a radius of about 3500 km. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron and is called Nif. So Ni, nickel and ferrous. Ferrous means iron. So the central core has very high temperature and pressure. Do you know one thing? So here is we saw so many materials over there. Even though it was a hard layer, the iron won't melt here because due to the high pressure of the earth, it won't melt, it seems. So here we saw the 4 parts, that is about crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. So here this is the crust And here you can see that is below the crust, that is mantle, and below the mantle you can see the core mantle, that is about outer core and inner core. So this is the hot. These both, outer core and the inner core, both are very hot, isn't it? Even though the iron cannot melt over there. Now kindly take out your supplementary book and take page 9. So here you can see the different layers of the earth. So crust, 5 to 35 kilometer. It is the uppermost layer of the earth, made up of solid rock. Continental crust is mainly made up of silica and alumina, and it is called as shale. Oceanic crust is mainly made up of silica and magnesium and is called sigma. So as whatever we learned there, we are learning here. Then mantle, second layer after the crust. So made up of semi-liquid. Here it is made up of semi-liquid magma and molten rock. And here the next part, that is about outer core. It is about 2217 kilometer liquid part of the core. So this is the liquid part of the core below the mantle, and it has very high temperature, mainly made up of nickel and iron. So it is called as NIF. Then the inner core. So it is the innermost part of the earth, temperature as high as 6000 degrees Celsius, has some composition as the outer core but is liquid because of high pressure. So now what you have to do is, you have to write these 4 questions. That is about practice question 4. You own a mining company and are looking for areas that you can dig to find gold. A man comes to you and says he will sell you his land where you will find gold, but only if you dig 50 kilometers into the ground you would buy this land. Why or why not? So here, can you get the gold from this land? Think and write. As I told you, where you will get the gold. So here the 50 kilometers, when you dig the sand within this 50 kilometer, can you take the gold? You have to write why or why not. The second question is about which layer of the earth do we live on? So as we all know that we are living in crust, isn't it? We are living on the layer named as crust. That is the outer layer, that is the uppermost layer of the earth. Then which is the widest layer of the earth? So as you see the picture itself, you may come to know that mantle is the widest layer of the earth. Why is the iron in the inner core of the earth solid even though the temperature is very high? Because of the high pressure given by the earth, it won't melt, isn't it? Then read the match the following question and answer with that. So this is the homework you have to do, and another homework is you have to copy these 4 layers in the classwork side as a given points. So here you can see it was given as a points, right? So copy this as the different layers of the earth. You can write the topic as the different unit 2, the different layers of the earth. Write it as crust, mantle, outer core and inner core, and you have to write the steps like this. Okay. Then you have to do is take a A4 sheet like this, what I have done. So take the A4 sheet like this and you have to draw like this and mention the parts which are the interior of the earth. So just I'll post this in your Google Classroom. Do the given homework and send it to me in the Google Classroom. Thank you, dear children.